Well, hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee, and boy, do I have a busy day today. Today is Friday, so I've been sick for 2 days, pretty much laying in bed. And usually on Thursdays, I cook for my market, or I bake for my market stand for the weekend. That wasn't happening yesterday. So today we're gonna bake for the market stand, as well as we have been invited on Saturday to 2 parties. One is a retirement party for our neighbor who, man, I'm telling you, we couldn't ask for a better neighbor. He is wonderful, fits right in, and we have a nice friendship. So we're gonna go to his retirement party, and then we've been invited to a pig roast with some friends that have been friends of ours for years. So we get to go to a pig roast. Well, you all know me. I'm not going empty-handed. So today we're going to make brownies for the market stand. I'm going to make an extra tray of brownies to take for the pig roast. We're also going to make some macaroni salad I'm taking. And we're going to make loaves of bread, probably 8 to 10 loaves of bread for the market stand. Hello.
Hello friends.
So we've got a busy day going on. Now yeah, and I gotta make some pies. We're gonna be busy. Now I know that I have done my brownies, my big batch brownies on video several times. You know what? If you've seen it before, you've seen it before. You're just hanging out with me in the kitchen today. You've also seen me bake bread before. I'm going to do the macaroni salad. I do think that I have a video somewhere with my macaroni salad, but really I make it different every time I make it. But we're going to be making some of that, and I need to make a hefty amount of that. So I'm going to have to get the Big Daddy bowl out for that. Also, I got 10 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breast from my butcher 2 days ago. I need to take care of it. I got it the day before I got sick, so it's been sitting in my fridge. I'm hoping it's okay once I open it up. We're gonna cook that up and get that, you know, ready for the freezer for other meals. And I also, with that, I may just make, if I have time, friends, I know there's a lot going on today, I may just make some wonderful chicken stroganoff, and that, you know, I'll bring you along with too. So for now, we're just gonna start this video and we're gonna start our baking. So I'm doing my big batch brownies. And again, I'll put the recipe in there. Those of you who haven't seen a video or have me seen them make these yet, I'll put the recipe in there. But keep in mind, I'm doubling this. So I've got 14 eggs in here, okay? Let me mix this. Okay. That's plugged in. And it should be plugged in. Uh-oh. It's not blinking, Mr. Wayne. Will you unplug that and try it one more time? Let me see. Oh, there we go. Perfect. It worked. Okay, I've got 14 eggs in there. He's got to go work on the siding. And we are watering. Oh my goodness. You'll see that video. I was harvesting some stuff, but we've been laying the water to our garden. It is so hot and so dry. You know, I harvested some of my potatoes. The plants died back. You harvest it when your plants die back. I'm telling you, I had the scrawniest potato harvest out of that bed ever. They're just small and they didn't do well, and I'm thinking it's because it was just so hot. Anyway, so let's get the sugar in there. 14 eggs, 8 cups of sugar. I wash stuff as I go. And I got my big bin of flour down here with about 50 pounds of flour in it. I go through flour like crazy. We're going to do 8 cups of sugar. And that's a lot. And no, these are not diet friendly. But I sell these like hot bread. Sometimes I just do 7 cups. That's 8 cups, I think. I talk and then lose track. I think I got 8 in there. It'll still be sweet no matter what. Okay, we're gonna mix these up a little bit. And then I just like to add all my stuff in right now. Let me move this so you'll be able to see okay. Then I'm going to do 4 cups of cocoa powder. And I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. I'll shut that up. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of vanilla. And I'll just put that in right away. Now, this time, I'm using, in fact, I'll do that right now. This time I'm using unsalted butter, so I'm going to need 2 teaspoons of salt in here. If you use salted butter, you don't need to do the salt because it'll be too salty. I got that in there. Now I'm going to put, and I don't have to sift this because this is fairly fresh. Sometimes it sits in the pantry and it gets clumpy, and then I sift it so there's no clumps. But this is pretty good. There's 2, and I want 4 cups of cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder. There we go. Put this away so it's out of the way. All right, so we'll mix that up. So with that, I've already got the salt in there, so now my salt's got cocoa powder in it. Lovely. I've got the vanilla in there, don't have to worry about that. I got the eggs, the sugar, and the cocoa powder in there. So all we need to put in there is the flour, the butter, and the milk. I'll put the milk up. I'm going to mix 1 cup of milk in there right now. And I better put a little dot more in there because I spilled some. I'm making a big old mess. That's alright. I clean it as I go. I love cleaning as I go. That way when you're done, you don't have a great big mess staring you in the face. I'm going to leave that out because sometimes you're going to need a little more milk. I got my whisk is busted. It's got a loose piece on it. All right, so here's my bin of flour. We're going to put 6 cups in because a single batch calls for 3. 2, and this not quite level, just a little shy of level, is 2 cups. So there's 2, 4, 6. When I get out here and get to baking, I've got a great big huge tote right down here on the floor. It holds like a 50-pound bag of flour at a time. And when I get to baking, I just bring that whole thing out here because I go through flour, friends. All right, so let's roll that up a little bit. We're going to get that mixed up. And then last, we're going to pour the butter in. These are the easiest to make ever. And they're, oh my God, I sell these like crazy. These would be a hit for a get together, you know, potluck, or go take them to church. They're wonderful. Okay, we're just gonna mix that real slow. Now that's gonna mix for a little bit. I'm gonna spray the pans while that's getting ready. And as soon as I get these 2 pans made, I'm going to make another batch because I need to do one for, these 2 are for the market stand, and the other one will be for the, I'm taking it to the pig roast. To mix real good. It needs to mix a little more. It needs just a dot more milk. There. Even a couple tablespoons will make a difference. That worked. Okay. We need to let that mix for a bit and we'll be back. Okay, that mixed enough. Oh, that's beautiful. I lost footage. Oh well, all I was doing was putting it in the pans. At least you're going to see this part. Now, I cheated today. I heated this up in the microwave so it would be nice and runny so I could swirl it on this pan. So we're just going to take this peanut butter and we're going to swirl it around here. Okay, and then I just take and I go like this, and it turns out beautiful. Nice swirled brownies. And that is ready to bake. Perfect. I gotta set my oven to 350. I should have done that. I didn't think of it. But I'm gonna clean up this mess. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm gonna get these baked or in the oven. I can only do one at a time because if my oven, I know I've got 3 racks in it, right? But if I put one on top and one on bottom, the one on the bottom will burn, no matter if it's on the middle rack or the bottom rack. So I just put it on the top rack one at a time, and they do beautiful that way. So while these are baking, I'm going to put together one more tray of regular brownies, and those I'll show. I'm going to have to, not today, I'm not going to do it, but tomorrow, just before I leave for the party, I will frost them with some homemade frosting. And put some sprinkles on them or something. You know, decorate them pretty. But I will be back because after this, we got to get our bread going. Okay. I had a disaster in the kitchen, I had to tell you. Oh my goodness, I didn't have my camera on, but if I would have, you would have seen it. I made that 3rd pan of brownies, and I had all my stuff in there. Well, my eggs, my sugar, and my cocoa powder, you know, to mix it all up. I accidentally turned it on pulse and it went everywhere. It took me about a good half hour to clean everything up. Had to change my shirt. I had it all over me. So, but that's what happens sometimes. So I always say, be careful. Well, I didn't take my own advice. So anyway. I'm making my white bread, and I'm doing a double batch, so I'm putting 2/3 of a cup of sugar in there. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of yeast, okay? And I gotta make a lot of bread today. I'm gonna do 4 cups of very warm water. We're just gonna give that a little mix. Now, you know, I'm using instant yeast, so you don't have to proof it. But, my luck, I need to proof it. I want to make sure before I put all my precious ingredients in there that my yeast is lively. So that's what I do. And then once that comes to life, I'll be able to add my other stuff in. And this is a real easy recipe. For those of you who've never seen this, this is just an Amish white bread. And I sell it like mad in my market stand. I'll leave it out there in the fridge for a few days. And, well, I put it out right away on my shelves. And then I move it into the fridge for a few days. And then from there, if it doesn't get sold, it goes in my freezer. It all gets sold. I had 4 loaves of bread left in my freezer the other morning, and it's all gone. People buy it out. They buy it off the shelf. They buy it out of the fridge. They even buy it out of my freezer. So that looks like it's coming to life. So we're going to go ahead. They say to let it proof for 10 minutes. I just let it go long enough to know that it is. I don't need a 3rd cup. I need this. Long enough to know that it's lively. And it is. It's starting to bloom. I'm going to do a 1/2 cup. I will put this recipe in my description box for a single, or 2 loaves. For a single batch. Makes 2 loaves. I'm doing 4. So that's why I put a 1/2 cup in there. All right, so now we need 12 cups of flour. And that's 2, 4, 6, 8. This will hold just a scant, not quite to the top, is 2 cups. So, and there's 12 cups. All right. Oh my goodness, where is mine? There it is. Also, I'm going to put my 2 teaspoons of salt. My goodness, don't forget your salt. I've done that before. And I had to turn it into, it'll be tasteless without salt. And what I did with mine, when I forgot to add my salt to it, it was too late to add to it. That's 1 teaspoon. It was, I just turned it into a, like a cinnamon pull-apart bread. And that took care of the bland. All right. We're just going to mix that. Start it slow. I never mix this beyond 2. Not because you shouldn't, but because I don't want to burn out my mixer. So I just cook it, or I just mix it at 2. Once this is incorporated, I'll tell you that one. Once this is incorporated, then I time it for about 8 minutes, 5 to 8 minutes, and I let the mixer do my work for me. Okay, we got our yeast and our sugar in there and our water. So we're going to give that a little mix just to make sure. And I'm sure I wouldn't have to worry about it because the last batch was lively, but I still do. Okay. It's blooming. So here we go. We're going to put our oil in there. We need to do an entire cup of oil because this is wheat. So this is a 1/4 cup. I got to do 4 of these. But everything else remains the same. Otherwise your wheat bread will be very, very dry, and that wouldn't be good. So there goes 4 cups of oil, or 1 cup of oil, 4 1/4 cups. Goodness sakes. We're going to do 6 cups because this is a double batch. 6 cups of wheat flour. I do equal amounts of wheat and white flour. Okay. Ooh, Get on there. Now I'm going to do 6 of these, so it'll be 3 of these. So there's 1, 2, and 3 makes 6 cups. So we are good. All right, now I got to put the salt in there. We don't want to forget the salt. And then we are good to go. And I'm going to put 2 teaspoons in there. For goodness sakes, don't forget your salt. I've done it many times. All right, so we're going to mix this until it's just incorporated in here. And then I'm going to time it for about 5 to 8 minutes, just like last one. And I'll put the recipes again in the description box so you don't have to go hunting through other videos to find it. Okay, this is done. This is beautiful. Look at that, gorgeous. I'm gonna let it rise right in that bowl. I'm not gonna dirty another one up because I'm all done with my mixer. You can use oil, or you can use spray, it doesn't matter. But oh, this is lively and gorgeous. And we're gonna put this into a nice ball. Beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Nice and soft. See how soft that is? Okay. Flip it over. Got a fresh cover for it. I love using these shower caps. And if anybody you are wondering about that, I got a link to them in the description box. So I'm going to put this and my other one out on my sun torch to rise. Straighten my mess up. And then we need to get cracking on our chicken. Okay, friends. We are going to start our chicken. I'm going to bake all 10 pounds of this, whatever I can fit in my pan here, because then I can chop it or I can shred it. I can do whatever I want with it and freeze it for, you know, quick meals, whatever. So I've got 10 pounds of chicken here. Okay. So I'm going to put a nice amount of olive oil in this pan because remember, there's a lot of chicken here. Gotta get my pepper out. Now these are pretty big, and when I took them out of there, I trimmed them up. I'm just gonna leave them whole. I'm gonna put them right on there. These are beautiful. I'm gonna move them around so that I get them all oiled all over. That'll be beautiful. I'm not going to put any vegetables or potatoes or onions in with these because these are just going to be cooked or baked for other freezer meals. I was going to make chicken stroganoff. I'll make that again in a different video because my husband said, you know what, Renee, you've been baking and cooking all day. Let's go have some fish. So we're going to go out for fish dinner tonight. So I don't have to cook. Isn't that lovely? Okay. And we got it. We got every one of these fit in here. Beautiful. Let me move these all around. I have to wash my hands really good. Okay. All right. Let me get my hands washed and we'll get that seasoned up. Okay. This is going to turn out wonderful. A big pan of chicken. Isn't that beautiful? I got this chicken for $1.99. It was $1, or it was $2.19 if you bought it by the single pound. But if you bought it by 10-pound bulk, you got it for $1.99 a pound. So that's exactly what I did. All right. We're going to pepper these. Quite liberal because you know me. We love pepper. And I want lots of, I'm gonna wind up saving this juice too, because it's wonderful. I'm gonna do paprika. Beautiful. Hold on, it's gonna be loud. There we go. Nice bunch of, this is smoked paprika too. This is good stuff. Okay. So we got a nice bunch of smoked paprika on there. We are gonna do a little bit, I'm not gonna do regular salt, I'm gonna do seasoning salt. So I'm gonna put a little bit in my hand. There we go. It gives a good flavor too. A little bit of garlic powder. Remember, there's 10 pounds of meat there, so I want it to be good. I gotta wash my hand off. I want it to be nice and flavorful, because you never know what dish I'm gonna use it for. But most of the stuff that I cook, I use all these same spices, so it's perfect. This is a little bit, I can get it out of here. That is some of my onion tops and my onions that I harvested. I don't need much of this because of my husband, but well, no, he tolerates this pretty well. So there's a little bit of our onion. That's my homegrown onion. And last but not least, we're going to do the parsley. Beautiful. Okay. Is that gorgeous or what? And that's it, friends. Okay, so now I'm going to pour about a cup of water in here so I get some nice juice out of this. Okay. Beautiful. That's it. I'm going to cover these guys with foil. And it's going to go in a 400-degree oven. And I'm going to keep a close eye on this because I don't want this to go above 165 because I don't want my breast to dry out. So when that reaches an internal temp of 165, I'm going to pull it right out of the oven. So when these are done, I'll bring you back and I'll show you how wonderful these turn out. But I have to set my oven, and I'm just going to set it right in there. My oven isn't to temp yet, but it'll be okay. That booger's heavy. Wait till I start cooking in my 20-inch skillet. That's even bigger. All right, friends, take a look at this gorgeous dough. I'm going to punch it down a little so I can get this off. There we go. Beautiful. Look how gorgeous that is. There. All right. I don't need it. I just get the excess air out of it. Okay. Now, sometimes I weigh it. Sometimes I just make sure I get it in as equal parts as I can get. That's pretty equal there. All right. Now this is easy to put together. I just flatten it all out. Okay? Just flatten it all out. Gets the rest of the air out of it. Okay. And I just roll it nice and tight. Pinch all the ends. Poke the end piece in, give that a pinch. Poke this end in, give that a pinch. I turn it over. Even it out. Roll the seal up. And pinch it again. I don't want that to come apart. And there's one. Real simple. You can use a rolling pin if you want. But it's not hard to do it by hand. Just get the extra dough out of there, or extra air out of there. Okay. And then I just start rolling it. Tuck in that end. Roll it nice and tight. Okay. Pinch. I love making bread. I have made bread probably since I was in my 20s. I used to watch my grandmother make it all the time. There's another loaf. It rose fast out in my sun porch because it's so warm out there. Okay. Roll it up there, nice and tight. Tuck that end in, pinch it real good. I just roll it to kind of seal the seam up. And there we go. Beautiful. Making bread is one of my favorite things to do. If you're upset, you can take it out on that dough. Just roll it good and tight. All right. Tuck in that end. All right. And there's the fourth one. And then I just cover it with a beautiful, nice, clean tea towel. And that's it. It's going to rise up. My oven's already going because my chicken's in there. So that's going to rise up, and then that will go in the oven too. All right, friends. You're going to see how, ooh, that looks gorgeous. Look at how beautiful it is. Let me bring you up here. Look at how beautiful that is. Now, we're going to take the temp. 167, 168, that's done. Let's check this big, thick piece. 169, that one's done. That one's definitely done. Ooh, that one's done. They're all done. Beautiful. Every one of them's done. I already checked that one. All right, these are gorgeous. Just take a look at that. Look at all that beautiful broth in there that I'll be able to save. Okay, those are just going to sit on the back of this stove. I'm going to put the lid back on it, and those are just going to cool off there. And then once they're completely cooled, then I'll go ahead and we'll cut those up and get them ready for the freezer. And when I do make, I'm going to make the chicken stroganoff. And I'm going to make it with the mushrooms and the onions and the whole enchilada, you know, because John won't eat it anyway. So I'll make it the way that we like it, or that I like it, my daughter. And I'll do that on a video, but that won't be today. In the meantime, take a look here, friends. We got to turn this oven down. We have cancel. We got to start it at 350 and start. Okay. Now, we got to lower that rack a little bit. There we go. Okay. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm putting these in there. You'll see how beautiful these rose up. Look at that, gorgeous. Okay, this bread's going in. I can do 4 loaves at a time. Well, I could probably do more than that, but those ones, the wheat isn't ready to go in yet. Okay, those are in the oven. I'll see you back here in a half an hour when those are done. This bread is done. And it turned out beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, this is going in now. This bread's all ready. Back in there. Okay. Beautiful. Our wheat bread is done and it's beautiful. Look at how gorgeous that turned out. Okay, I got the oven off. I'm going to give this a little bit of butter on here. I know some people don't because they say, like your bakeries and stuff, they won't put any butter on their crust because it's too much of an expense. But I do. I don't care how many loaves of bread I bake. I'm going to put a little bit of butter on it, just on that crust. It makes it wonderful. So, that's beautiful. Now, I'll put you back here. I'll show you all that beautiful bread. Look at that gorgeous. There's 4 loaves, but you can't see all 4 of them. But isn't that beautiful? There's the white bread that turned out so gorgeous. Okay, friends, it is late. I need to cut up the chicken. I ran out of time today, so tomorrow morning I am going to package up my brownies for the market stand. I am going to frost my other pan for the party, and I'm going to make the macaroni salad. So you'll see that in another video. But for now, I'm just going to cut this up, get it in the fridge, and then tomorrow I can package it for the freezer. So we'll get this cut up. And I'm not going to shred it. I'm just going to cut it in chunks. I don't want any of it shredded. Beautiful. This chicken turned out beautiful, and it's still juicy and gorgeous. It's still a little warm, but it's okay. I can get it in the fridge now. It's cool enough. And then after I get this package for the fridge, then it'll be perfect, because then I can use it for, I can take out his, I'll flash freeze it. And then I can package it and take out what I need for meals, as much or as little as I want. And this is the last I have to do for tonight. I've done so much. I am so tired. I do plan on making a few freezer meals with this. And one of them is going to be the chicken stroganoff. I think that would be wonderful. My daughter said she never had it, but she would love to try it. I've had chicken stroganoff. It's delicious. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and start filling my bucket. Probably next week, I will be making some freezer meals with that, and it'll be wonderful. I could also put some aside and make some chicken salad for our lunches for next week, because both of us are going to be busy working on the siding. I'm going to be busy in the garden, canning. There's a few things I want to do. We need to get that, because this is July. Next month, we are getting our other quarter beef. So I need to get the beef bones out of there and get them put together for beef bone broth. So next week is going to be a kind of a busy week for me for videos. There's a few things I'm going to do and share with you. So I want to have meals and lunches all ready to go for next week. This will be perfect. I can't believe the size of these chicken breasts. They were enormous. And they're seasoned beautifully. I'm also going to take you out and show you how the siding is coming along. It's turning out beautiful. Better than what I even expected as well. So, it's going to be busy next week, friends. I've been sick for, well, not now. I'm over it now, but I was sick the last 2 days, and you can't make up for that time. So, you know, I got a few busy days. I wanted to get most of this stuff all ready for the meals, and I wanted to get my baking. Should have been done yesterday. So, you know, I'm over here slamming in one day, doing 2 days worth of work. So that was a little rough. And I sure will be glad to go to bed tonight, friends. I'll tell you that much. I'm also going to save that broth because that is wonderful. And I think this will make a beautiful chicken stroganoff. I also might make some chicken Alfredo. I think it will be gorgeous. Now, I'm not going to be able to put that lid on here, but I'll wrap this with plastic wrap. And it'll be good. Okay, let's see if maybe, just maybe, we can close this down on here. It's a tight fit, but it works. All right, this is going in the fridge. And tomorrow I'll lay it out on a tray and I will flash freeze it so that I can use as little or as much as I want. Now we got to take care of the broth. Look at that gorgeous stuff. Beautiful. This is going to go in my sink to get washed. That turned out beautiful. We're going to put that in the fridge because you know what I'm going to do with this? I'm going to put this in my red Dixie cups and freeze it and use it for broth. It's wonderful for cooking rice in. and all that good stuff. So there we have it, friends. We've got enough done today. I can't do no more. I ran out of time and I'm exhausted. Mama is tired. I'm done mega cooking. I made 8 loaves of bread. I did 3 pans of brownies. I baked all that 10 pounds of chicken, cut it up, got it ready to freeze. So I'm done. Thanks for hanging out with me, friends. We had a ball in the kitchen today. Even though you've seen me do a lot of this stuff already before, it was just fun to hang out and chat. You all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. And thanks, friends, for watching.